Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's Firewood at the Furnace. My name is Brad. That's my boy Brady over there. He is working on all of his first batch of wood chips. They're all completely dry in the trailer. We've left them lay out for a few days. He's come over and rotated them a couple of times, so they're good and dry. He's got them all put into 5-gallon buckets right now so he can take them back to the house. And once our bags and labels show up, we'll be able to start bagging them up for his new venture that we talked about in last week's video. But anyway, today we are going to get into bucking up some logs because the wood has been steady coming in. If you've been catching some of the shorts videos we've put out, then you know that there's been some loads that have come into the yard. So I'll give you a little look around here, show you what we've got. We're going to run some saws, and Brady's going to make some more chips today, so stick around. It is quite breezy out here this morning, so I apologize for any wind noise that may be coming in there. But Brady's got 3 5-gallon buckets full of wood chips here. We'll give you a little closer look at what he's got. And we've got the bags and the labels ordered. Brady's wood chips, right?
Yep.
So once they get in, Brady's going to start bagging them up, and we'll see what we can make out of this thing. But he's still excited, aren't you?
Yep, I'm real excited.
He's going to make some more chips today. And some of you told us that the one side of the chipper's for mulching, and the other side of the chippers is more for larger chips. So he's going to give that a shot today and try to use the other side of the machine and see if that helps make a difference and gives us a little bit bigger wood chip. But anyway, here's the logs that have come into the yard. You remember the wood yard was pretty barren after the fellowship at the furnace day. So I was struggling to get some wood in here to feed the Eastonmade equipment. But this is a whole load of cherry that we've gotten in the past week. And this is a very nice big load of ash, hickory, and some locust that's come in. Here's a load of all oak, really nice, straight, big stuff. And then over there next to the machine, there's a little bit of maple that I'd scraped together to get some wood in the yard. But as you can see, there's plenty here to do now. So today my plan is to run the 500i. I've got the 261 with me as well. We're gonna run those saws and see how much we can get bucked up. Brady's got a basketball game coming up here around lunchtime. So we're gonna take a little break and go watch him play basketball. And then after his game, come back and keep on cutting some logs. So he's getting the chipper in place. He's got a wheelbarrow full over there, some more cherry scraps. He's gonna be working on that while I'm running the saws.
So we tried the other side, the smaller side, and they actually came out a little smaller. You zoom in on the camera there. So we think that we're gonna make these ones fire starters, and the ones over there in the buckets that you saw earlier, I think we're gonna make those the wood chips.
So we'll separate the bigger stuff, right?
Yep.
All right, so now we know.
Yep.
So we're learning as we go, and since the last little deal on the other side of the chipper didn't work out, we explored another option that some of you had suggested, which said that there's a screen inside the machine right before it comes out of the chute next to the blades. We removed that screen and we just ran a bag of wood through the chipper. So Brady is over here and he is ready to dump the bag out to see if this made a difference or not. And we'll let you all be the judge and see if we have smoker chips now or not. Go ahead and dump it out, buddy. Well, it's looking a little better already, I think. Definitely bigger pieces. Yeah, I think that's more like it. What do you think?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're looking for, I think. And maybe we'll just run it without the screen now.
Yep.
It's a little more violent. It's making them big chips come through. But he's learning about the safety of the machine, listening to the machine to tell him if he can feed it more or he needs to wait another second or two. But I think that's much better. So I think we're on to something here now. I'm gonna get back to cutting. Brady's gonna spread some chips. Well, it's now time to go watch Brady play some basketball. His mother already picked him up. He's getting ready. I've got to go get ready, but here's what we've gotten done. I got that little bit of maple bucked up there so far, and probably about half, maybe a little more than half of the load of that nice big oak done up. That's some good looking stuff. It's good size diameter. I just have those few logs there left from that load still to buck. But this is going to make some really, really nice candy for the 1222 on the box wedge. That's going to go through there really nice. So that's done. Once we get back from the basketball game, I will finish bucking up that load and start on this load. Plan on working pretty much into the evening, so we should be able to get all that load bucked up as well. The cherry will probably have to be for another day, but we're going to knock this out really good here. So I will get back to you after the game and give you a report on how Brady did. Well, we just got back from the basketball game and they did not get a win, but they only lost by, it was either 1 or 2 points right at the end. They were actually down by 12 at halftime and they closed the gap and came back and they actually had the lead there for a little while. But right at the end, they ended up losing by just a point or two. So it was a good game. It's a church league, so it's not really competitive. It's more for fun. It's Brady's first year playing basketball, and he's doing well. So just as long as he's having fun, that's all that matters. But anyway, I'm fueling up the 261 right now because there's a few smaller logs of hickory over here. I'm going to use the 261 on those. I just touched up the chain on the 500 before I came back over here. So it'll be good to go again for the rest of these big logs because we've got a good pile of wood here to cut. So all of the oak is now bucked up and ready for splitting. Like I said, this is all pretty big stuff, but it's all pretty straight stuff. So it's going to be really good for the 1222. So now we're going to transfer over to this pile. These are the smaller hickory logs I was telling you about. I'm going to use a 261 on. Haven't ran that in a little bit. So we'll probably buck up these smaller logs here. Right there on top is a piece of locust. It's not too terribly huge. We'll probably use the 261 on that as well. and just run that, probably a tank of fuel through that to save the sharpness on the 500, so that when we get down to the bigger stuff here on the bottom, we'll use the 500 on that. So let's get ripping. I'm bucking up those few smaller hickory logs there. We're getting ready to start on this locust, but there's a woodhound in the yard now. That's Gary. Gary's a good dog, and he arrived here by way of Jack.
What's up, guys?
So Jack is the gentleman who brought the 916 to the fellowship at the furnace, and he just stopped by because he saw me out here working, so we're going to chat with him for a minute. So on last week's video, you heard me talking about the conveyor and how I was going to try to maybe gift the conveyor forward, try to pay that forward a little bit. And Jack was the first guy that came to mind. So I know he's still talking to his wife about that. He's cutting a little bit of firewood at his house and maybe thinking about selling a little bit more here in the next year or so. So what's the verdict now, Jack? Have you talked to your wife at all?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it.
He is going to take it. Awesome.
I think that would help me out tremendously, and it's very generous of you, Brad. Thank you very much.
I'm just trying to pay forward however I can. I mean, it was very generous for Andrew to bring this one, and
absolutely,
we've got most of the kinks worked out of that, I think. And if it's going to work for you, I'd be glad for you to have it after helping me out. So backstory on this is when I was having all the problems with the Ramsplitter, Jack watches the channel, and he only lives a few miles away, and I had never met the guy before. And he reached out to me in an email or a text, I can't remember which it was.
I texted you.
And said, hey, you know, I see you're having problems with your splitter. I've got an Eastonmade 916. If you'd be interested in, if you'd be interested, I can bring it over and, you know, you can use it, help you split your wood until you get something figured out. So fast forward to the get-together we had, I reached out to him to see if he'd be willing to bring it for everybody to run.
Well, I actually saw you on the live stream. You said you were trying to figure out where the message was, and
yep,
I had texted you and you were looking through emails.
I was looking through emails, but he had sent me a text message. So when I went live that day here from the wood yard and announced that we were going to have this get-together, he was actually on the live stream. So it was meant to be. And I think a friendship has been forged, and we're continuing to move forward. He knows that he's welcome to stop by here anytime he wants to. So he saw me out here today, stopped by. I figured I'd get him on here and let you all say hello to Jack once again. If you haven't met Jack, if you weren't here that day, great dude. Well, there we go, mission accomplished. My goal for the day to get that big load, the load of oak and a little bit of maple bucked up is accomplished. The cherry, as I said earlier, will be for another day, but this is where that big load was when we got back this afternoon. This is the carnage from the day. This is all oak over here. I didn't bother stacking that up because it's all big stuff, and I'm just going to roll it to the splitter. It's not that far away. You saw the maple that is over there, kind of lined up in the front of the splitter. We've got ash here. This is all hickory, a little bit of locust, and there was a stick of poplar there. So that's everything bucked up. Well, that's going to be it for the day. The sun is going down and we got a lot accomplished, so I'm happy with the progress from today. When we started this video this morning, there was not one round in the yard that was ready to be split, and as you can see now, we've got a couple of really good splitting sessions coming up, so looking forward to that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. If you have any questions at all for us, please drop them down in the comments. We love to communicate back and forth with the subscribers, and I know Brady and Taylor like reading the comments as well. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next time.